Back in the year 2000, Eidos Interactive had a couple of studios called Ion Storm. One was in Dallas, and that company made Daikatana. One was in Austin. That company made Deus Ex. And this is number 31 on our top 100 list of video games of all time.
It's funny, that little story there, because one company went one way and one company went the other way.
Absolutely.
You know what? The thing that I've always loved about the Deus Ex series, it's like self-expression. It's like you've been able to play these games the way that you want to play them. You're able to trick out your character the way you want to trick them out. You're able to solve problems the way that you want to solve these problems. I mean, this is one of the big significant steps towards being able to creatively solve problems in video games and having that game respond to your organic solutions.
Yeah, I think this was also a terrific game that exhibited the idea of blending genres and bringing us some RPG-like customization and character growth and augmentation growth and beautiful storytelling.
That's great fiction.
Give me a chopper and a pilot and I'll handle it.
But also in a first-person accessibility type setting. It's a spiritual successor to the System Shock games. Harvey Smith and Warren Spector both collaborated on the design of this thing, and it was fraught with all kinds of great super heroic augmentations. You played a character named J.C. Denton, who kind of looks like, well, he kind of looks like a douchebag now when you look back on it, but at the time, super cool, sunglasses at night kind of character, low gravelly voice, could take care of any situation in a multitude of different interesting ways. And you're right, it was branching paths everywhere that you could go. And I think if games like this didn't exist and didn't inspire generations of future game developers, we wouldn't see some of these grand, huge genre blending iconic concepts. Even, you know, games like Metroid Prime and
even the huge open world games that we take for granted now, like the Grand Theft Auto series or like Red Dead Redemption. None of this would exist without these games, showing gamers and really inspiring developers out there to try to give gamers different options, not just the same linear unfolding, the same path that everybody has to go down, but it's also the world that these games are set in. I mean, you're always intrigued by these futuristic worlds. Again, we're back with the dystopian societies that are overrun with technologies.
We're talking about DNA profiling and bioengineering and adding all kinds of technology to humanity and human beings.
You gotta be careful when you do that.
So far, I feel more like a mechanic than a doctor.
It's really tricky stuff, and you know, obviously Eidos Montreal did a fantastic job of carrying on the tradition with Human Revolution, but it all starts here. Here's a look back at Deus Ex. Okay, we're gonna start with Deus Ex. For the PC.
Well, why have people been talking about Daikatana so long when they had this game in development? Not only can you be stealthy if you want to be, but you can also go in guns a-blazing if you want to.
This is a choose-your-own-adventure style of game. Every decision you make impacts the way the game is played, so every time you play it, it's going to be a different experience.
The amazing thing is the ambiance that this thing creates. I mean, you're shuffling up against walls.
You get these really cool tools that will help you get through electronic locks and hack into computers for you. You can build up augmentations that will help you with your computer skills and also stealth, and it'll give you some swimming stuff so you can stay underwater longer.
Corporations have more power than the government. Everyone's fighting for power, for control.
Help, please. I was a huge fan of the original back in 2000. I've been on pins and needles waiting for the sequel. Don't let my opinion taint you, but what did you think of Deus Ex?
This is a pretty fantastic game. It's amazing, all of the choices, stealth, picking your battles, you know, has some Mass Effect dialogue trees. It's got an amazing story and just so much to do.
Eidos Montreal, brand new studio, first game. I wasn't sure they would be able to sort of live up to the legacy of the first game, but they've done a really great job.
There you go. It's incredible to take a look back at such an iconic game like that. It doesn't get enough credit. Not enough of you have played it, so now's your chance. 31, it goes to Deus Ex.